Hello everybody, this is Comprehension Session 5 and today we're going to be having a look at non-fiction books. So here we've got the cover of the non-fiction book I have chosen. First of all, do you know what non-fiction means? So a fiction book is a story. What does non-fiction mean? Have a look at the features of this cover as well then. So a non-fiction book is a book filled with information, isn't it? A factual book. And this one is called Wings, Paws, Scales and Claws. And it's an information book all about animals. So when you look at the cover, what do you notice? How is it different from a storybook or a fiction? Okay, so the first feature is called the contents page, and the contents page helps you understand what information you're going to find on what page in the book. So for example, I'm looking for Meet the Mammals, and that's the information I want. So in my contents page, I look next to the title of that page and realise that it's page 8, and then when I turn to page 8, there'll be information about mammals. So it helps you use a non-fiction book more quickly because you can find the specific information that you would like. So here I go looking for page 8, and let's just check that it's the mammals page. Yep, there we go. So I've used the contents page to find specific information. Okay, so the next feature we're going to have a look at in a non-fiction book are the diagrams. So usually in a storybook or a fiction book, the illustrator makes pictures for the book. So they might draw them or paint them. But usually in non-fiction books, there are photographs or diagrams. So in this one, we can see that there's a photograph of a fish that has been labelled, hasn't it? So it's given you information about the photograph. Okay then, so you might notice the next feature when you look at information books, because sometimes part of the text is printed in a bold font. That means that some of the words are a bit darker and stand out a bit more, and this is because these are the words that feature in the glossary. So if you look at this page, we can see that the words mammals, amphibians and reptiles are in bold, and that is because they are words that some people might not have heard of. So they're usually newer vocabulary and words that some people might be unsure of. So if you notice a word in bold in a non-fiction book, what you can do is turn to the very back of the book and find the glossary, and then you'll find those bold words written in the glossary with a little explanation about what they mean. So obviously we saw mammal, amphibians and reptile were in bold, and in the glossary of this book there are little explanations about those 3 words. So glossaries are very, very helpful if you're reading a non-fiction book about a new topic or something that maybe there will be words that you're not sure about. The next feature we're going to have a look at is the index. So in this book it's on the same page as the glossary, but this is similar to the contents because it's to help you if you're looking for a specific piece of information. So if you're researching something, for example, and you wanted to know about, I don't know, insects, what you could do is in this book, you would go to the index, look for the word insects, and then it will tell you the page numbers of any page that there's information about insects on it. So for example, in this little clip then, I'm looking at the index and I'm imagining I want to find information about spiders. So I look at spiders in the index, I find the page number, and when I turn to that page, you can see it's all about spiders. Okay, so your comprehension challenge then. Can you find yourself a non-fiction book? You may have one at home. It doesn't have to be about animals. It can be about anything. And can you have a go at finding these features? So can you find and use a contents page, a glossary, an index and a labelled diagram? See if they look the same. Sometimes they look a little bit different in different non-fiction books. So if you've got more than one, you could compare them.